Hey, I'm JD. Welcome to my channel. What do I have here? I've got a crystal press. This is called the Little Gem. Let's get a little close up here. Little Gem, America's most popular watch crystal. It doesn't say installation device, but watch crystal. It's a watch crystal cutter. So in the front end here, what you have is the disc here. This disc spins around. You take the crystal and you connect the crystal right here, and then you tighten these up, which tighten the tabs up. So that's how that kind of works. And then you spin this around. So how do you know what size crystal you're going to put in here? You see a lot of cut lines here. The cutter itself is right here, Jerry, right here. There's the cutter. And then you got to know what size you're going to cut. So if you were to measure your crystal size, what I found that over here, it's kind of like a micrometer here, but if you look at inside there, it's a pretty fine, I think, from turning perspective or whatever you want to call that. Pretty fine threads here. And what you're doing here is you're measuring the crystal in this slot. So I was wondering what these little jobby doohickeys are here. There's a knobby here and a knobby right here. These knobbies, the distance from here to here is the exact same distance from where the cutter is to the other side. So that would be the diameter of the crystal right there. So you take your ruler maybe and then measure the crystal you need, and you take your ruler, lay that against the side here, probably do that in millimeters or something, and then you take that like this and then go, that's X size crystal that I need to cut here. I'm not doing this properly, but you get my idea. That's the X size crystal. And I got to make that bigger because it's a bigger size 18 crystal. So I'm going to wind this thing over right here like that. And once I've got the right size there, then I'm going to take my crystal and I'm going to install that on this bed here like that. I'd loosen this up, spin that around, and then install that to the proper position, and do the same with this. And once I have that installed, I'm going to scratch this thing too much, right? Once I have that installed properly, then I'm spinning this with one hand, with this hand, while I'm pushing the crystal cutter towards the crystal with this hand, and that's going to cut the crystal. So that's how that works. I've yet to try it out. I think I need to give this a run with a real crystal and see how well this thing works. But this, my friends, is called the Little Gem. I've oiled this up nicely, so it is actually pretty darn smooth, so it works pretty well. If anybody has the instructions for this tool online that they could provide me, I'd love it. I saw another one online with a box, or it came in a case or whatever, and the bottom drawer had these round cups. They were kind of domed, and they looked like they're rubber, and looked like they were different sizes. And I wasn't sure whether those domed cups were placed on here, and then the crystal was on the dome, and then you attach the whole thing. I wasn't sure exactly how this is configured, although I know that from the scratch marks, you're obviously cutting a crystal right down to the material here. So I was sure of that, but I wasn't sure what these dome cups were for. So if you Google this particular cutter, you'll see some photos, and you'll see these bunch of domed cups. And it looks like these things are the same thing you'd see for a crystal installation press, which I also have. So this is the Little Gem. I just wanted to share that with you. I got that on eBay. It was, I think, a good purchase. I've yet to use it, and I've yet to actually figure out how to trim a crystal with it properly. But we'll get into that later. And all comments are welcome, and thanks for supporting my channel. I'm JD. Please hit like, please support my channel, and we'll continue fixing watches. Thank you very much.